Paige! Shush! Sorry. It's the dash hound. She barks at the ring doorbell. It goes the-ling, and that happens. It's not been a great morning. The dogs have all rolled in Fox, and I've been wading through the comment sections on my YouTube and TikTok channels. That's a good thing. I really enjoy doing that. What I don't enjoy is reading the absolutely bleak snapshot of the UK that most of us feel is fairly relevant at the minute. Bridget, you ought to have a go at it. I know you would rather delete all the negative comments so that you don't have to see what you're doing. But honest to God, I think it's now time you had a dose of reality. But because you won't, I will. Thank you, by the way, to everyone who has commented. And thank you to the subscribers. I love them. Keep subscribing because it is getting the message out. And I've got a present for you at the end of this video, which I think you'll love. So, first of all, being a parent is almost impossible at the minute. That's the overriding message. Messages from every sector of parenting age group and demographic saying it's almost impossible. We can't afford it. We can't keep up with it. And we feel like we're being attacked every which way we turn. Nurseries in particular. A nursery owner got in contact with me to say that the free childcare is utter rubbish. So the government have said that they will give 30 hours of free childcare, but they're underfunding it. So for one age group, they're giving £5 per hour. So obviously that's not going to make the numbers stack up. And they go on to say with national insurance and minimum wage hikes, many nurseries are closing as it's just unsustainable. Another nursery owner said they were asking parents for voluntary top-ups, and another nursery owner said we've probably got about 3 months and then we're done. Amazing. So go back to work. We want to put more money in your back pocket, but we want to take it straight out again if you've got children that need any kind of childcare or nursery care, because we're not funding it, we're pretending we're funding it. And they do this, Labour, don't they? They give out one of these lovely big sweeping statements on their social medias about how amazing they are. We'll put £500 in your back pocket. We'll put £1,400 in your back pocket. We are here for the working person. They give you that headline to cover up the one that came the day before, which was we've totally cocked this up. I mean, I read today that families are going to be £1,100 off, worst off in April. So what is it? Are we 1,400 quid better off, or are we 1,100 worse off? I'm going to go with the real life lived experience that we're 1,100 worse off, which I didn't have in the first place and I definitely don't have now. Bridget, you want to use AI to support teachers. Well, you want to have a chat with them first because they're all saying how. One teacher says, we are in front of the children for 90% of the time, and then we have 10% to do our marking, etc. How is this going to help us? I mean, other than, I guess, the Bridget bot standing at the front of the class, and she'll narrate all of your, oh my God, imagine if there was an AI Bridget as your teacher. I mean, all the kids would leave, forget the teachers, all the kids, mass exodus. That's a horrible thought, let's not think about that. 2 private schools a week are closing. Now, in the small print of this VAT on education policy, and it was really, really small print, it was so small, it was almost like they didn't do an impact assessment. But in the small print of their impact assessment, which was about that big, they said, they estimate it may be broadly equivalent to 100 schools over 3 years. Well, that was wrong, wasn't it? Clearly, because for a start, the policy was supposed to come in September. It came in January. So schools were given from July until January to get this sorted out. They didn't have the reserves that Bridget said they would. Now, this is really awkward because she said they had broad shoulders and they could absorb it, and she did not accept that they couldn't. Well, Bridge, that's backfired. I mean, what is it they say? Egg on your face? Because we've got 2 a week closing. And before anyone turns around and says, oh, well, 77 private schools close every year. Yeah, they probably do. But this is more than 77 private schools closing every year. And this is a year when there wasn't national insurance, employer contribution and VAT. Hello, Badger. If you come near me, you've rolled in fox shit. I simply don't want it. Then what else have parents been saying? Oh, sixth form, no places in sixth form. So some schools have reported applications doubling for year 12. Wonder why that is. It wouldn't be anything to do with the VAT on education bill, would it? It wouldn't be anything to do with the fact that parents have spent their very last penny getting their kids through GCSEs. There's no money left. So what would have been spent on getting through sixth form is now going well, it's gone. So the kids are going into the state sector. Well, this hasn't gone down very well with the state sector. They're saying priority should go for the kids that were already in state education. It's like, well, can't do that. That's not fair, because that's giving them an unfair advantage. And the kids that are coming in to sixth form, well, they're paying for it anyway with their taxes. So you kind of have got to budge up. Now, Bridget, you've pissed off 2 demographics there in one foul swoop. Well done, my love. It's going really well. But who's going to teach them? I mean, who is going to teach these kids in sixth form? We haven't got any teachers wanting to stay in secondary school. I mean, the mass exodus for that's started. We can't retain them, and we haven't got any for sixth form. So I guess it could be the Bridget bot at the front of the class. So that's what's going on in the world of being a family person, having kids, and not being able to afford living or life. The £500 that Labour have said, which is £440 that we might get at the end of their tenure, makes us all feel sick. And we are told that we're going to be £1,100 worse off in April. Amazing. My present for you, however, which will make you smile today. Next time you look at Keir Starmer, try not to think of Penfold from Danger Mouse. You can't. It's hilarious. I mean, once you've seen it, you just can't unsee it. You're welcome.